Welcome to La Barra, the busiest place in Uruguay I've been to so far, traveling southwards. Now, I got here no less than 10 minutes ago, and this is the view at the moment, and it's beautiful. But on that side of the island is Punta del Este, which is the Monaco of Uruguay. It is separated by the iconic bridge, which I'm going to go to in a minute, and this is classed as the Bohemian side, the younger brother of Punta del Este, and it was only built up in the 1960s when that place over there started getting too busy, too rich, so this started building up over here. Now, I got here from Bella Vista, where I got to last night late and left first thing this morning as quick as I could, because it wasn't the best. Only a small coastal village with lots of holiday homes. So to get down here, I went to the bus stop, waited for a bus for at least about 10 minutes before a little old lady stopped her car, and I assume she had her sister with her, and just asked me where I was going and gave me a lift to the bus station. And that was at Piriapolis, where it was it looked quite nice, and I should have looked for hostels down there. And this is what it looked like. The beach was packed full of tourists, and then from there you had some historical buildings, so I might go back down there. And then from there I got a bus to Punta del Este, and then I got the local bus to here. Now, the hostel I'm staying is just around the corner. It's £15 a night, and when you consider that this is full of very expensive hotels, even the hostels are extortionate when it comes to prices. So find somewhere like that is amazing, and I'll show you in a bit when I get back down there. It's really a bit cool, very cool, even for me. Right, I'm now coming down to the front, mainly just to show you the bridge. And this is one of the craziest bridges I've seen. So the name of the bridge is Puente Ondulante de la Barra, and basically it's a roller coaster. You can just see the cars coming over it now. So it was built in the 1960s by a Uruguayan architect, and the idea was they needed a bridge to slow the cars down. So I was on the bus coming over here, and you can feel your stomach go down as you go down and then go back up. That's cool. Now, you've just got a lot of people doing a bit of fishing around here, so must be a good fishing spot. But all the cool cafes, the Bohemian places are all the way over there, and that's where I'm going to have a little wander down to now. I didn't actually realise you could actually walk on the bridge itself, so I just thought I'd show you the cars going up and down. It's crazy. Although La Barra is meant to be Bohemian, it's still got its expensive, very expensive apartment blocks. So I've now been in Uruguay for nearly a week now, and I've gone from the quiet border town of Chuy and then heading over to the quiet beach town of Punta del Diablo, except it wasn't that quiet. There was a few people there partying. And then going to the quiet village resort of Bella Vista. This is a complete change. And even in the bus station in Punta del Este, you could feel it's a big city. It's a rich city. The bus station itself was packed. So many people. And I'm still trying to work out in my head how long I'm going to stay here for, because I was just going to do one night here, and then I've got one night over the city tomorrow night and then go. But I like it here already, because La Barra was only built up in the 1950s, 60s. It's not really got a lot of history. But I've just found this little museum over there, and I think it's a cannabis museum. It just says museum Punta del Este. Quite quirky. But this side of the bridge is a bit more relaxed, chilled. Even though there's loads of traffic. Now, because of the amount of money that I've spent on transport, paying for the hostel as well, it's going to be another night of cooking. So I will be going to a shop soon. Get a little bit bored of tuna pasta, even though I keep adding stuff to it. And this is a rich place. You've got there Uruguay's Sotheby's, and on the side of it, I don't know if you can see, it actually says Punta del Este, Milan, New York. That's made me laugh. So it feels like I'm heading right into the centre of La Barra, and this is when it starts getting a bit more trendy, because across the road you've got little quirky antique shops. There's an art gallery down there. Oh, I like that. Is that for sale? So to give you an example of how expensive this place is, I tried to get an Uber from the bus station to the hostel, and I worked out it was about 5 kilometers, so I thought it won't be that much. It came to 6,500 Uruguayan pesos, which I think is about 13-14 pound. My God, that's expensive. And I have just found a supermarket, which I might have to have a little wander in on the way back to see if there's anything else but tuna. So basically I'm heading towards the beach. Oh, it's quite big as well in there. So you get more people coming over this side of the bridge, because this is where the surfers come, and with the Atlantic waves coming down, it's perfect for riding them big waves. In fact, the hostel I'm staying in is called the Salty Surfers Hostel. And I'm not too sure if it's really busy because of the fact it's bank holiday at the moment. Because there's a lot of cars. There's a lot of Argentinians come across to Uruguay. So you can tell we're near the beach because there's a lot of surf shops around here. You can buy your own surfboards. Even over there. And I think the beach is that away. And this is the beach. Now it's coming up to 5 to 5 late afternoon and it's still busy. Now I think this is only a smaller beach, what I've seen on the map. So there's a bit of rock over there and then there is much longer beach going on. Now I can't see anybody surfing. They're all just chilling. Very nice. And then you got the bridge in the background over there. I mean, it's really chilled. I like this place, I really do. In fact, there's a lot of places in Uruguay I'm liking, apart from Bella Vista. That's another story. So I've come away from the beach and on the map I saw a big park, so I thought I'd head here, which is right in the centre of La Barra, and it's just across the road over there. There is a small church. It's not an old one. It's only been built in the 1960s, I reckon. But on the map, it's a big green area. But it looks like it's just a skate park. It's nice to get away from the traffic. Wow, that's a big skating area. And it's well used. I guess it's nice just to come down here and just get some shade, because it's a bit warm today. People having a picnic down there. And this was originally the place I was meant to be coming yesterday, but it was sold out everywhere. I think the cheapest place I could find, and this was a hostel, was £60. But I've just come across another hostel there, the Negrita. So there is cheap places to stay if you ever come to this place. Now I've come into the supermarket.
Sorry.
And this might be expensive. Only because it's not in a kiosk like some of the supermarkets I've been to. So I have got I've got dried pasta at the moment, still with me, still carrying on. Let's go see, get some chicken. Oh, lots of food. Right, I found the chicken breast. The problem is she wouldn't cut the chicken down to a decent size, so it's massive. So it's going to be a well used chicken tonight. I'm nearly back at the hostel, so the chicken I got works out about £5.80. But I might get an onion and a red pepper, about 50p there. So I'll probably use half of all. There's some mayonnaise in the hostel, which I'm about to get to now. And I'll just put everything in the fridge tonight, then take it out for the next hostel tomorrow, which is only a short bus ride away. So this is Salty Surf House. So, really chill place. Hi. And then just go straight to the kitchen. Big outside area at the back there. And then to get to the rooms, it's up the stairs. Bathrooms around. That's all my stuff. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 bunks. There is no aircon, there's no fans. There's an open window, but I think around here it gets cool from the Atlantic wind coming through, I hope. So that was La Bella. If you think it's quite decent, just let me know. If you've been here before, tell me what else there is to see around here. But if you've enjoyed it, then all you got to do is press that like button. If you want to see where I get up to next, and that is going to be across over there to the millionaires side, then subscribe. But until the next time, I'm off to do some cooking. Bye bye for now.